Okay, so basically right now we're covering the beginners that those are who are participating in the Backwards Rider fitness training power program. Um, let's just say fitness training for short. And so we're just going to keep going with those who are beginners. And even if you're not a beginner and you've been doing that kind of activity, you're still welcome to tune in and just pick up some hints and tips about that. I'm sure you would like to ride as freely as you see me ride on the road and without it just comes in second nature. Well, it's possible, and I would like to see more guys and gals out there. You know, backwards riding, man, and it's one of the safest ways to get around, actually, according to me. So just keep the dates ahead of us in mind that we are going to be doing this on an ongoing basis. This bicycle workshop, even where you can come by and get your small tune-up and repair jobs done. We can do that literally on the street, so we don't have to be cooped up inside. We can enjoy the weather and fixing our bikes. We have our mobile tool kit. So there you go. Beginners, begin. Jump on your bike and head down that small hill. Okay, it doesn't need to be a huge hill. And as a matter of fact, it doesn't even need to be a hill. And so the only reason why we're talking about this small hill or slope is because you don't want to participate right away, like actively pedaling the bike, and for heaven's sakes, you haven't had your balance down, you haven't had your steering, you haven't gotten used to the brake, and just looking around continuously. It's basically multitasking. It is learning a new skill. So if you think learning a new language, you're going to learn it overnight, it's impossible. It's something that you have to chip away at, get yourself using the language in order to let it stick. So it's the same thing with being a backwards rider on a bicycle. You literally need to just train yourself and get the training that is required to travel like that. So I am once again speaking to beginners, and I will call you a beginner until you are as long as you're in the back streets, as long as you're in open space where there's no chance of anyone bumping into you or you running into anyone, something like a basketball size platform or space, that's okay. And as long as there's no one playing basketball or no one seriously having a game, then it doesn't make sense for you to start doing that kind of activity there, because you'll just get in the way. An arena, a gym, you name it, you can use those indoor spaces to do your backwards riding on a track. That's fine. And just try to have a buddy with you, someone who can kind of watch your back and keep out if you're not able to keep your focus and your attention all the way around all the time. It would be nice to just have that kind of a support, so I encourage that. That's one thing. Another thing is you probably want to walk with your training wheels or something like that, and we can always give you a hand with that. If you're in the area, we would love to do that. We need to keep constantly in communication and constantly in touch in our transmission, even if it's just you viewing the videos and listening in for those hints. Those things that will make a difference, Yes. So I'm gonna give you beginners some tips on your neck muscle. After a while, if you're riding, this is when the beginner becomes, I would say, intermediate, medium type experience. So you're on the street and the cars, if you're going whichever direction, let's just say there's parked cars on the road, and basically you don't want to be jarred. Anyone could walk in between two cars and onto the street. Therefore, you have to kind of veer out into the street a little bit. So your neck is constantly looking on your left hand side, but you really don't want to just do that. You want to give an equal amount of left and right quick glances, just so that you don't, after a while, a month or two of doing that, you'll have a stiff neck, you'll have a sore neck, and the time that it took for you to do that is the same amount of time that it's going to take for you to undo that. So equally look left, equally look to the right, where all the cars normally are passing you on your right hand side. So that's just mainly so that you're getting that you're not really hurting yourself. And this will happen to the neck, because I'll share with you, it happened to me when I first started riding backwards. Basically, I had a muscle stiffness. My neck was stiff, and boy, I mean, like, I couldn't see it coming. So it was just then I kind of realized on my own, like, I have to undo this, and that's when I did correct it by just equally not looking on the right side of me, and more so than I did to the left, just to kind of balance it, and it worked. It actually did work at my neck. It never happened like that to me again, because of that practice of looking from left to right equally at all times to prevent that. So I hope that it never happened to you already, and if it did, I guess that there you go, there's more evidence if you're sharing within the group. So good. Continue, press on, and enjoy. And we're going to continue to listen to some music, as we usually do while we're warming up the blood, or just doing some stretches. You can do a combination of both. I usually do both stretches and dance exercise. So, para someone not bougie with thanks for me, pride and joy. Little tongue twister there. So the CD is Love Has No Boundaries. Yeah, well, I think cycling shouldn't have any boundaries. You can cycle as long as you want, wherever you want, and with whomever you want. So no boundaries.